Hey, Brendan, I gotta ask you something about the shoe. What? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, are you trying to resell the sneakers Trinidad gave you?
Who said that?
Yo, Trinidad, come over here.
No, come on. No.
You will not believe what he's doing right now. He's reselling the shoes that you gifted to him.
Bro, how could you do that to me, bro?
I don't know. Listen, let's just not make this
I thought we was better than that, bro.
I got the shoe.
Hey, man, what the
Come on, man.
Whoa!
Come on.
Whoa.
It's not a big deal.
You're dead.
Never thought you'd do that.
I never thought he'd attack me.
Yep. You can count on me. Count on me. Count on me. Count it up.
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
Back in action, baby. Dad is here.
And we have with us today Travie McCoy. He is a rapper, a gym class hero. New single is out now.
Yes. Love Me Back to Life.
Absolutely.
Jamming.
He's a man who's been stacking up sneaker boxes for decades.
Way too long.
We are so happy to have you here, man.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
We're going to talk
sir.
about your sneaker history. The first thing we want to talk about, though, is shoes everybody has on feet. So, Welty,
Let's go.
tell us what you're wearing.
It's snowing outside, so probably not the best to wear these, but these are the Paperboy Paris New Balance 992s.
Paperboy.
Yeah.
Paperboy.
That was a dope Nintendo game.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Keeping it heavy with the black-owned designers or black-owned sneakers. Shout out to James Whitner. You know, the I'm a Near Jordan 1s, you know what I'm saying? Tremaine Emery on the jeans, No Name on the hoodie. You know, this is super crazy. We did a one-on-one.
I love that.
I would have having a good day. I would have, you know, boom, you know, keeping the A-Town.
I went into my closet and I found these native
That's a
Dub
throwback.
boots. But
Yeah,
here's
that's
the
a
thing.
throwback.
And this is the first time I wore them. Catch it. Shit weighs nothing, bro. Literally nothing.
I definitely remember Native from back in the day.
Nah.
They're like Boston.
I'm floating away. It's like a movie
And
up. I'm like,
it's snowing outside, so you wore the proper footwear.
He called that with no look.
No look.
My boy's ready for today. I don't know about anybody else watching around the world, okay? First take.
Travie, what's your most regrettable sneaker purchase you've ever made?
Right off the bat, you trying to stab me. The most
Twist the knife.
regrettable. Most regrettable.
fake J's at Fulton Mall.
You know what? No. I will tell you. Remember when they dropped the Fantastic Fours, the
Yeah,
Invisible Man?
Invisibles.
I bought a black pair.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well,
I bought a black pair.
that's it right there. He said black, invisible. No. Not happening, not in America.
I bought them in Houston. And not only that, yo, the bitches were busting out the box. Like literally the
Oh, yeah.
the shoes
Whenever the
coming
back
out
of the box is not put together, Nike don't mess up with their boxes, per se.
All right, look, I came with the Virgil Abloh joints on, Air Jordan 5 Off-White for
absolutely.
obvious
Rest in
reasons.
peace.
Had to do that. Let's talk sneaker news. The first piece of sneaker news we do want to discuss is the tragic passing of Virgil Abloh. He died this past Sunday
Rest
from a
in
rare
peace.
form
Wow.
of cancer, age 41. Obviously, we're thinking primarily about his family in this time and hoping that they're okay and the people who were close to him. I have some people who worked with him on a bunch of stuff and just trying to reach out to them to make sure they're good. But just happy to have enjoyed the things that he did bring us in the time he was here. He had such an incredible legacy, and sneakers did so much in such a short amount of time, changed so much. Travie, for you, did you interact with Virgil ever, or were you big on the Off-White sneakers?
I never got the opportunity to meet Virgil in the
Yeah.
flesh, but his presence and what he brought to the whole fashion game is like, I mean, one, unheard of, but two, to be the head of the house of Louis Vuitton is like,
Crazy.
you know, for a black man,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like,
Insanity.
outrageous. Like before Kanye, like,
Yeah.
which is, like, I mean, that's a whole nother subject, but like,
Hot take.
I mean, like
Shit.
but, I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like his impact on all of us will be felt forever, like for a long time.
For
a
sure.
long time.
It's really hard for me to understand what goes through somebody's mind when they start putting all their shoes and the price is up really, really high. So like all the off-white shoes are like 3,000, 9,000, 10,000.
Resellers, right?
Resellers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I saw it happen with Kobe, but it's like, for me, the question that I position to those people, what is that thought that goes through your mind, heart, and the action that you do when you decide to take a shoe that was what it was and put it at a
profiteer
price
off it.
and take, and profit off of somebody's passing the same day of them passing.
You made you realize how much Virgil was really part of the community that we're all part of, because Virgil's someone that rubs shoulders with LeBron and Jay-Z, and then you see a bunch of people that we know in the space, and they're all sharing all these conversations they've had with Virgil, and maybe, to the average person, those people who are having the conversations with Virgil may seem like big, important people, but it felt like Virgil really wasn't afraid to actually
interact with the
interact
community
with,
who love sneakers.
to say
I feel like he
about
spoke on that a lot too, like
Yeah.
interviews and stuff. Like he really was like, I'm viewing this like I'm not here, like I'm not in the position I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
I'm right here with you still.
Exactly.
Right.
going on next bit of sneaker news, something a little more lighthearted.
I heard about this. Right. Sorry.
Nike, there was an email that got shared on social media where Nike wasn't very specific, but they basically had said that, sorry, you can't buy this many
online.
Air Force Ones online. If you want to buy, they didn't put a specific number on it, but if you want to buy more Air Force Ones, go to a retailer and go buy the shoes there. Obviously, people have been buying up all the white and white Air Force Ones and trying to, resell them.
What do you think the reason is for this? I have a theory.
I would
have a theory.
think resellers. I would think that that's what they're trying to do, is trying to stop.
What
people
is your
from-
take on it, Trev?
So honestly, my theory is, and it's only because I'm new to TikTok, and
Whoa.
so I've been, I get my scroll on,
Yeah.
and there are so
doing
many
dances?
people, and they're customizing Air Force Ones right now.
Okay.
So I thought maybe Nike's like, I'm gonna
Trying to hold on to a little bit of that money.
Like pull this shit back.
It's a great
for
perspective.
second.
I didn't think of that
I mean,
perspective.
I don't know. I'm still
Yeah.
new to this TikTok.
Yeah,
shit.
it might also be supply chain issues too, where it's like if people are trying to buy and I know there's people out there because I know some of these people who are buying hundreds of pairs of white and white Air Force Ones at a time.
Those
Crazy.
are sandals to us here in New York.
But this
Like,
is
I'm-
America, baby. You can't buy as many shoes as you want. I'm not standing in
Those
line
are
in
chanclas,
communist
bro.
Russia for a pair of
that's
shoes.
hilarious.
They can't ration me the shoes. I can have as many shoes as I want.
How many of you guys are hoarding white and white Air Force Ones?
Trent, how many pairs of white? Do you keep a stack of white Air Force Ones?
No, to be honest with you, white Air Force One lows don't hold any weight with me like how they do for most people. Highs are my thing when it comes to white Air Force One. So the high with the strap coming out the back, that's been, when I
black
even
on
grew up
black.
in Atlanta, that's how I came up.
It's funny that we brought this up because on tour, and when Gym Class Heroes was touring heavy, I go through literally once you scuff a pair of white on white, it's
done.
a wrap. If I was wearing them at a show and I fucked them up, I'd throw them into the crowd. And I realized that I was throwing a lot of fucking Air Force Ones out in the crowd. So I started having my assistant, I'm like, keep these shits though. So he started keeping them. And I shit you not, in the corner of my garage at my house, there's a pile of dirty Air Force Ones. So what I started,
Every single show. You
So
can
what I
smell
started
test them.
doing-
Yeah, this is Tallahassee, 2008.
you might be able
The
to.
tally
You
hat.
get a little litmus test, like, God damn, motherfucker was saucy that night. But what I did was I started taking the Air Force Ones and drilling them onto box frames and painting over them. So yeah. So I was like, let me put these shits to work. And I actually sold, shout out to Dennis Rodman, he bought the first one.
Wait.
Actually,
Wait,
the last
really?
time I saw you, bro.
Whoa, you sold?
Yo,
You're turning feces to
No, this is
fertilizer?
all real. This is real.
Yo, the
Continue,
last time I
continue.
saw
Yes,
you
yes.
was
Basel.
at Art Basel, 2000 something,
Yeah.
and I was actually premiering my Air Force One
Thing.
Artwork,
My
yeah.
artwork, yeah.
You sold to Dennis Rodman?
ATF, yeah, he actually bought two of them. The Worm was my boy when I lived in Miami, and I'll tell you why, because I moved to Miami. Well, my first experience
You're
in
in a
Miami.
wormhole, but go on.
I went
get
down.
it.
I go down to Miami to work with Cool and Dre. So I'm working on the third Gym Class Heroes album, and they're like, "Yo, just move down here. We can work all the time." And
They like that too.
around this time, all of us were anti-LA. Like, nah, fuck LA. We go out there when we need to. Stay over here. You know what I mean? Like, I moved down there, got me a condo in Aventura, living right across the street from Aventura Mall, living it up. Half a year later, all these motherfuckers moved to LA, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? So it was me and
lies.
Dennis Rodman. Dennis was the only friend I had left in Miami, so we kicked it all the time. Went to Aventura Mall. Shout out to Olive Garden at Aventura Mall, because me and Dennis got down that bitch a lot.
They were telling you no more breadsticks, just like Nike would.
No, they were telling us no more Tito's, bro. They were like, have all the breadsticks you want to soak up that Tito's. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So my brother, I want to get into, early young McCoy. What is your first sneaker memories like that really mattered to you when you was like, you know what, sneakers matter to me?
We got to go back to elementary school.
Let's get it. Yeah.
So I grew up in Geneva, New York, small town upstate New York. Before Payless, we had a place called It was called the Duros. It was a family-owned
Okay.
sneaker store. Like, you know, you go to school with anything that doesn't have a swoosh on it or any kind of emblem, you got boo-boos on it.
Yeah, it's
or
not
the
as
residents,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And I had Voights. Do you remember Voights?
I've heard about him.
Not John Voight.
They were like, I mean, motherfuckers that couldn't afford a logo, you had Voights. Every day in school, I got booze, you got da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Shit. And then I remember the Magics came out.
Yeah.
They kind of look like the threes, you know what I mean? Like, kind of.
Close enough.
Yeah, and when I got them shits and went to school, and I saw like how necks were turning, and girls were like,
Oh, he
like, bro, like,
no
I mean,
more
I'm
voice.
a chubby little kid. Let's move on a little bit. We get to middle school, and I ran the Magics into the dirt, bro. I ran the shits into
That same
the
pair.
dirt. The same
From
pair.
elementary.
The same pair.
We in her middle school, baby. I'm outside.
My next pair of sneakers that broke necks that didn't cost me a fucking penny, suede British Knights, bro.
Hey.
And they were Rasta colors, so I loved them. They were red, gold, and green. So I rocked those British Knights probably all the way to high school.
Yeah. 9th grade, we outside.
9th grade was kind of when skate sneakers, like, so we got a local skate shop,
Yeah.
circa
DC?
DC. Kareem Campbell had the Actions. Those
Yeah.
were my shit. Like,
Right.
Actions were. I actually wrote a song with giving Kareem Campbell a shout out for making those.
Right.
And somebody stole my fucking gym locker, bro. And yo, that was the first time I cried over some material shit, I think.
You didn't feel like a gym class hero with
Hell, I felt, man. I mean, honestly, it's funny you brought that up because gym class heroes was kind of like a derogatory term we used at motherfuckers that were getting all sweaty and musty before next period for no reason.
Yeah.
Fuck was I talking about?
Yeah, you're in 9th grade now. You're in high
Ninth grade,
school.
ninth grade.
Yeah,
Okay,
ninth grade.
so the skate shop, Hard Packed. Shout out to Hard Packed, Canandaigua, New York. My first pair of skate shoes was, it started with E.
S
but
or
it
America? S?
Yeah, see, I know if it was ES or ES, because it has
This
a little
guy
fucking
is-
thing
this
thing.
is- this
You know,
is
it had a
skate.
thing on
I
top
know
of it?
exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so I met my one of my best friends in the world, One, Steve, music producer, tattoo artist extraordinaire, and he put me up on Reebok Classics.
And that was a hardcore thing? Because I feel like you grew up in hip hop and you grew up in hardcore
I
too.
did,
So how
I
do
did.
those two things inform your sneaker choices?
So I didn't realize that there was a correlation between hardcore and sneakers until later on.
Okay.
The Reebok Classic got me to college.
Okay.
Mind you, things are starting to pick up with Gym Class Heroes. So
Yeah.
like, and my man Buck, he dated Tiffany from Miss New York.
Okay.
And he opened up a hip hop shop in Utica. So he was selling like Fat Joe 560, 60, whatever the fuck that
Yes.
shit was back
Nice.
then.
Yeah.
The hard leather
FJ,
pants that like
yeah,
broke
yeah.
when you walked.
Of course, of course.
Like,
Don't get cold in them.
hell no, you fuck around and die.
Get it, bro.
Slice your legs up.
Come on.
All right, so let's skip forward. After college, things take off at Gym Class. It
really takes off, yeah.
And now we're starting to see a little money. So now I got an apartment in Murray Hill.
Woo!
And Flight Club is a 10-minute cab drive.
There you go.
Come on, Flight.
The good Flight Club
Man,
is.
what?
Shout out to
Chris Vidal?
Chris Vidal. I was just about to say.
Break some glass, break something.
We had him on our podcast and he told me that you hit him up because your foot size grew or something.
Grew. That's a brew.
And you can't like fit any of your shoes anymore, so like you had to buy a whole new sneaker collection.
Damn, I went from a 12 to a 14 in 2 years
still have the
after being
Magic
a
song.
grown man. Like after being a grown man.
Wait,
That's
so when you
crazy.
moved to New York though, like how much did that make you like get into sneakers? Because I feel like during that era you were like one of the early on like
So I'll tell you.
Travie's a sneaker guy, you know?
Right before I got that apartment, the first pair of Dunks I ever bought.
Oh, shit.
Some regular,
Yeah, what
lows,
colorway? Yeah.
red and white with the gum sole. I stuck with the Dunks, and then my next pair was a pair of Syracuse orange ring colors.
Duh.
Shout out to Upstate.
Let's go.
There we
The
go.
orange and blue joints. And then shit got crazy. They dropped the Luke Skywalker joint, the Jedi's.
Jedi. Oh, the
Yo,
green shits.
When them shits came out, I was like,
Because
okay.
it hit a lot of worlds for you.
Damn.
It wasn't
So
just
many.
about the
It wasn't
colorway.
just shoes.
Yeah, it was like everything. Your
all
existence.
encompassing. I'm
I
like,
feel like for a
what?
lot of people who were into SB, it was like you were into skateboarding, but you were into sneakers, and then
yeah. They had the P-Rods for the people that
and then they
were like,
reference, but then they reference like De La Soul, and you're like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like all of my worlds are coming together right now.
fuck all the sneakers I already got. When them shits dropped,
They
none
like-
of that shit mattered. So I was like, I need a 14. They're like,
Right.
But shout out to Chris Vidal
Like
once
what?
again. Shout out to Chris Vidal, found me a 13 and a half. Didn't even know they made them shits.
Wow.
Didn't even know they
Probably
made a 13
cost some
and a
money
half.
too for that weird size.
Wait, how much was it?
It was a lot. Honestly, my band clowned this shit out of me. They were like,
Right.
you're a fucking dummy. But motherfuckers had them shits 2 months later, like, damn, I should have got them when you got them, yo. I'm like,
Setting the trend.
from traveling around the world, because you guys touched every part of the world, collecting sneakers around the world, how was that?
It was, especially in those days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Japan was like a different Japan.
It was so different. And shit, trying to find my shoes in Japan though.
Yeah, that's like the size.
Oh,
right?
size 14
That's
in Japan
right.
like doesn't
13
exist.
and a half, nothing like.
But
shit.
like you said, man, that was a magical time, because that's, you know, we dropped down, Google, where's the streetwear shop? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, hit that bitch up and you never know what you're gonna bump into. But we would literally, like, that's the first thing me and my sister would do.
Did you ever put Tyga on the sneakers? I know you were close with him back in the day.
Here's the thing, Ty always had his own style, and I didn't necessarily agree with it all the time, you know what I'm saying? But who am I? Who am I? You know what I'm saying?
It was a different type of LA too, and it's so interesting that you even say that. I love that Brendan asked that question, because you know everybody thought you were cousins, or maybe cousins, not cousins, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like
Play cousins.
You know, from Lime and the Coconut days, I'm showing my age here. You know what I'm saying?
You showing mine.
You know, it's like, because I think he
He's
had on like a
comfortable.
Gucci shirt then, like he had a Gucci
Oh yeah,
polo.
he has Gucci. Yeah,
So his
yep.
style was like, dang, because I remember distinctly.
He was
like,
about the designer shit.
you know
early
what I'm saying? I was
early
like,
on.
damn, this dude is on some shit.
Because he's like really into streetwear now, though. So did
I
you
feel
try?
like
Did you try to like? Did
I
you
tried
try
to in the
to?
beginning.
And he wasn't like receptive of it.
He was heavy about matching his colors. Ty was more of a jewelry dude. Like he wasn't like, he'd always be super drippy, but like
rapper.
he's
a rapper.
like fuck,
Yeah.
like
I'm
some
a
of my
rapper,
rings and chains
okay?
is good. Like fuck
Right.
this shit. Like as long as it's clean. But
Speaking of those days, obviously, you know, I feel like you were one of like the early streetwear and sneaker influencers. You kind of had to know what these things were to even go find them on the thing. How influential do you think you were like in the sneaker and streetwear world at like the height of Gym Class Heroes?
I changed a lot of shit, bro. Like and I say this with all
No, don't
modesty.
be humble. Don't be humble.
All right, fuck you.
Yeah, respectfully.
Yo,
Come on.
no. I say this out of respect for my man.
Disrespect.
So Pete,
I'm
you know what I'm
guessing I
talking
know what
about.
you're about to
You
say.
know what I'm
Come
talking
on.
about. So
Come on.
let's talk about this Iron Music tour real quick.
All right, let's get it. Come on.
So it's Gym Class Heroes, T-Pain, Lil Wayne. Look at Wayne at the beginning of that tour, and look at Wayne at the end of that tour.
Okay, that's
all I'm
what the
gonna say.
correlate. Okay,
That's all I'm
yes.
gonna say.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna hold
But
that. I'm gonna hold that thought.
hold that
I'm gonna
one.
hold that thought. B.
Hold that
You
one.
might have to talk to Pusha T about that.
Hey, here's the thing. I was killing Pusha back then too. I was killing Pusha back then too.
Okay.
I could crack jokes like that now, because looking back, motherfuckers really didn't know how to dress. And the thing is, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't, bro. Like, I just know it feels good, and like,
I think one of the more iconic photos looking back on it too, there's that photo of you and Katy Perry. You're wearing the Cause like chomper.
oh,
like
out in
fitted.
Paris, yeah, the
with
chopper
Cause.
hat,
were in
way
Perry
back in the
with
day.
Perry.
Yeah, and I was wearing Vans. Bro,
Yeah.
I was wearing the Vans.
Come on.
That hat, I still have that hat. Sweat stains and all.
You sell that on
Amazing.
eBay.
So it's clear you got a lot of free stuff from the brands. How good was the Nike plug back in the day? With
Oh,
free
gosh.
Yeezys, free Yeezy 2s,
So-
all the dunks we wanted?
We'll start with Tim. My man Tim at Nike. He was the first plug. That was the first time we got invited to the warehouse.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? This is like
Like pick out whatever you want sort of
Disneyland,
situation.
Bruh, like it was so bad that like
Where's
when
the
we
warehouse?
left, I felt bad. I was like, damn, I'm a thirst bucket, bro. Like I'm such a pig. Like, and yo, I won't forget this. My drummer was like, hey, you think you overdoing it? I'm like, hell no. You better get to overdoing it. You know what I'm saying?
overdo
You better
it.
get to overdoing it.
You
shit.
never get to do it
Wait,
again.
what kind of stuff do you remember getting then?
I do that first pull. This was when Freeze first came out. Remember the Freeze?
Oh, Nike Free, yeah. They were light also.
Yep. So, and I think that might be a thing for me.
Travie, we talk about, you know, all these moments from the past. Like in my head, I'm remembering like the close off video where, you know, you're in the cypher and you have the Mork and Mindy dunks on, just like busting it down.
They had just came out too. I was so stoked. Oh.
But how much do sneakers still excite you 2021?
I'm so glad you brought this up, because remember earlier I was like, yeah, we're gonna go back to this, the Air Force One thing.
Yes, sir.
I started painting them. So let's fast forward to, okay, now I have pretty much all the sneakers I could ever want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not doing nothing for me. And let's say this is like 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Okay.
I started noticing that the sneakers that were coming out, all right, let's just do colorways. They weren't really like paying attention to detail or like doing anything like caught my eyes.
No new
And I'm like,
silhouette.
nothing.
It's just-
It's just like, all right, throw some different colors together. Even with threes, I'm obsessed with Heath Ledger's Joker. So when they dropped the Joker 3,
Yeah.
I almost cried. I was like, man, come on, y'all could have done, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. Hit up my man, Dan Mosh. Yo.
Oh, Mosh.
Yeah, so this is where shit changes.
Full
So, like,
size
fuck
run
it.
alum.
I ain't buying sneakers no more. I'm gonna take my favorite ones and make them look the way the fuck I want them to look. Once I saw Mosh make those fucking, the Iron Man mags.
Oh, boy.
Painted the Iron Man mags.
were
I
nuts.
was like,
He is that.
I
Yeah.
ain't never buying another pair of sneakers in my motherfucking life. Total lie. This is crazy. The first pair of customs that Mosh ever did for me, the Joker 3s.
Yep.
We took a pair of the Coke White 3s. Like we vibed. He came to my crib in Battery Park. We talked for like 3 hours. He's like, I got you. When he came to drop them shits off, bro, I was like, see, this is why I need to be on
exactly
the
the
board of
image
this
you had in your brain.
motherfucker.
That's
what it's
Yeah,
supposed to look like.
this is what it was supposed to look like.
Right.
And there's pictures online, but what me and Mosh really did, I think this was the biggest middle finger. And I remember Mosh was sending me links to forums, and people were like, "This is fucking blasphemy. Who is this dude? Like, why is he doing?" I bought 2 pairs. So when the mags dropped, I bought 2 pairs.
Right.
And you know them shits was dumb expensive.
Of course,
So I'm
of
like,
course.
Mosh, I want you to take the mags, bro. And he's looking at me like,
Oh, you want me to take the mags?
But I was like, Pete. Buzz Lightyear.
Wait, you're the one who did that?
You
That's
did
me.
that.
Look it up right now.
That
I
was
shook
you.
my hand.
That
I
was
shook my
yours.
hand
That's
for
what I
God.
was about to say,
I
Buzz
shook my hand
Lightyear.
for God. Them shits is in my basement
So
right now.
we've seen those
Never
pictures
been
all
one.
over the internet, and we
Never
never
been
know.
one.
We're all
Shit,
like,
boy.
who's the guy who
Now,
did
that's
this?
a full-size moment
Sure,
right
boy.
there. Cheers to that, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
You're
That's
welcome.
why you love
You're
the show
welcome.
right here,
You're
right
welcome.
there, right now. Y'all crush
Yeah.
that shoe.
Shout out to Dan again, man.
Have you ever resold any of these sneakers?
So,
Take a sip.
customs, no. So I did like four or five at Mosh. I met a couple other dudes who, sneaker surgeon, like all these dudes that. Of
course.
So with all that kind of like resentment I had towards me feeling like they had just given up, like, all right, cool, like not these like kids are dying, you know, they're beating each other down, sleeping out. We got it. So let's just put out bullshit. They'll eat it up. That's how I felt. Shout out to Ron English because I have to bring this up. The Godfather. His son Mars is super into reselling it. I don't understand eBay. I know how to buy shit on eBay. You know what I mean? I know how to use Amazon. As far as reselling and like staying on your computer and making sure, like watching prices and all, can't do it. So what I did was I outsourced. I was like, all right, Mars knows what the fuck he's doing. Let me hook up with him. I said, all right, don't touch these. Let's get rid of these. And I shit you not, that motherfucker made me $11,000 in like a month and a half. Like I mean, just like with throwaways, like shit that I needed to get out the house.
All right.
Hey, Travie, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section
Punish me?
for something terrible they said last week as decided by the YouTube commenters. We make them switch out their shoes for something awful. This week, it is me for saying I would flip the Alma Maniere Jordan 1. You know what? I do like these, and I do appreciate James Whitner's work, but I'm calling this a flip. I don't think this is the best Jordan they've done this year.
Wait, are you gonna resell a pair that James
Come
gifted to
on,
you?
no, what are you trying to do to me?
me.
So if you see, he
That's,
said
you
in the
can't re-gift.
In the context
or
of the
make money
show,
off a gift. That's
in the context of the
despicable.
show, I said that.
That's the
So I know the people agree. So I have to take off my shoes and put on these fake joints, Spring Blade wannabes. Tell us in the comments who deserves that distinction this week. We will punish them next week. Smell like Tallahassee?
They smell like Canal Street, bro.
no smell like Tallahassee.
Yo, your socks look hella dirty, bro.
They're clean. Come on, man.
He was like, bro,
Not
no.
cleaner than these, though.
I love the sock
We're about to
challenge.
do a high foot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style.
He's ready
Get
for
it,
it.
play.
Wow, he was ready for that. So my brother McCoy, we also do a segment on the show, and it's called Drip, Flip, or Skip.
I've heard about this.
Yes.
And I'm with the shit.
Drip meaning it looks good.
Yep.
Flip meaning that you resell.
Shout out to Mars, because I'm coming to you for that part.
Fine. And then skip, you don't rock with it at all.
You know what's really fucking crazy? Him like redesigning an Air Jordan 3 is like the Hatfield and McCoys.
Oh, Tinker! Oh, shit!
I hate you.
Somebody
so
take, yo.
much. I hate
He
you.
is ready.
That's a whole
Not a
Lock
bad
him
show
in.
at all.
Lock him in.
Not a bad show at all. First shoe is going to be the Air Jordan 3 patchwork.
Snatching them bitches.
I'm going to start with you. Drip, flip, or skip?
Dripping all over them motherfuckers. Those are fresh.
Kind of like
those are.
kind of like the pants sort of vibe.
It's, yeah, I feel like those would rock hard with these, but like I wouldn't do it just because they do.
I won't rock these. Not because, like you said, it's a newer shoe.
I'm gonna skip these. The only work we're doing is own work, so.
All right, I like
All
that.
right.
I like
Home
that.
team.
I was gonna jump on you.
Double whammy. I like it.
Yeah, it's a skip as
Welty.
well.
For real?
Welty.
It's a skip as well.
I can't wait to see where this goes because I want to see what y'all are into for real.
Shoe number 2. We got a Yeezy Quantum Amber Tint. I got Adidas got to my right. Welty, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of like buzz on these shoes when they first came out. I can't do it. It's a skip.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an Amber Rose joke in here somewhere, but I'm not gonna make it. I still don't like this silhouette. I guess maybe I just made it. It's a skip.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna have to skip these.
Wait, were you like the tallest dude in the room that like couldn't hoop? Or do you hoop?
Oh, absolutely. I was terrible. Terrible.
Okay.
But the
Was
thing is, I didn't
like
pretend
the
like
high
I
school
could.
like basketball coach being like, oh, you need to come out this year. You're the
And my dad and
Oh,
everybody in my
yeah.
family.
Oh,
you know
every
what I'm
man in
saying?
your family
Exactly.
is like, hey,
I'm
you're
in-
supposed to say
and you're like, no, I want to make music.
I'm in the music, graffiti, and see, I don't got time to be musty on a basketball court. Those shits are horrific, though. I'm sorry.
I have the first one of these, and I'm not into it. But I think his high school team now, the Donda Academy, and seeing them all play in the shoe, I think is going to help you. Like sometimes you got to see a shoe in motion.
Yeah, I feel you.
This is a flip. I'll let somebody else have it who's really into it.
I forgot
you
about that option.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is a
Don't
flip.
forget about Mars.
This is a flip, right? Moving forward in shoes, a shoe that I think that if you sleep on this shoe, it's gonna come back around. You're gonna be like, dang, why is it $500, $600 and it's stuck there? Does it have the Nike Dunk High Moon Fossil? Welty, talk to me, brother.
I don't feel like just so many dunks this year that I'm just like over it. But we
Over the
have
moon?
we're over the moon. Dunks are kind of looking like a fossil at this point. But we do have Travie McCoy here, Mr. Dunk himself. Got a drip.
Yeah, you ain't gotta
no,
love
no,
it because
no, no, no.
because I think
I'm in the
the
dunk
shits is
mood.
terrible, bro. I think honestly, it's just too much black for me, bro. Like
Okay.
too much black for me. I feel like there should be one more color in there.
Okay.
Like one more like.
You could bring him to Mosh and he could paint the outsole for you.
Drip for you and Brendan.
I'll call it a drip. I'll pay retail for him and not a single dollar more.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I'm going to call it drip. This is a shoe that normally a person like myself would skip because it's kind of like, eh. But
It is, yeah, it's pretty.
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But it just makes me think of like a Olive Jordan 9. I remember sleeping on that, and then as I got older,
You're mad at
it was
yourself,
like, dang, you grow up
Big
and you
man.
start,
Olive
I
Garden.
like onions now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you get your taste buds grow. Mr. McCoy, we also do outfits on this segment. I don't want to do any other outfits than Travis McCoy goddamn outfit.
Oh shit!
Talk
Y'all
to me.
went back. That was the horror awards, I think. That was like some weird shit Fuse had. I do remember I rocked the Houston's Air Force Ones, the patent leather joints, and I still got them. That's the only time I ever rocked them. I still got them bitches in a box.
Amazing. So I must ask you, drip, flip, or skip?
This outfit?
Yes, sir.
I'll rock that shit again easily.
This is a joke.
Clown the shit out of me.
Especially back in that day.
I was killing it, right?
If you had this whole setup, yeah, come on.
My man.
I love this. I love this.
Welty.
Yeah, I mean, this is like an iconic photo. This is like of that era where it's like, you know, a lot of people back in the day said like, oh no, I was killing it back in the day, and then you see the photos and they really,
They're like, hey, bro.
they really
come
weren't
on.
killing it.
You were capping up some shit just now.
But this was actually, you were actually killing it in those shoes. Super rare. Drip.
Show.
No, this is a drip, man. But I'm very biased. Like I said, like you're a style icon.
That era.
You know, it's you. You're
Putting it
the
exactly.
thing. You know
You're
what I'm
the
saying? You
curator.
make the clothes. The clothes don't make you.
You're the curator, absolutely. This is crazy.
Outfit number 2.
Oh, the Rickies!
We're not stopping.
The Rickies!
We're not stopping.
Yo, let's get a timestamp
This
on
is
this. What
important
year was
right here.
this?
I want to ask
What year
you.
was this?
I want to ask you that question because this takes me back now to the Lil Wayne statement of when I looked at his outfit. I said, "Yo, I think that Travis McCoy is like he never really gave a fuck about what nobody's wearing." So I'm like, did other people look at what he's wearing and dress like him? Because I don't think he was
And I
dressing.
didn't think about that either.
Like,
I
we're
was thinking about
saying-
Ye.
Did
I was thinking
Ka-
about Kanye, but you said Lil Wayne. I was like, oh, I forgot Lil Wayne did change his style.
But
Bum,
you
bum,
know,
bum.
on the Kanye tip, you remember when Kanye said when they did the when Fall Out Boy did the Arms Race
Oh,
remix,
yep, they
he
did the
said
remix with Kanye
they
on it.
just buy tight jeans till they nuts hang all out, boy. Next year, Kanye was wearing tight jeans. Next year, he was wearing the tightest of jeans. Like I'm talking like
Tight.
like bruh, like.
The one thing is that you say no designer, and you
Yep.
do have the Rick on, but there is.
But here's the
you got the
thing,
Louis, is that the Louis belt?
I did have a little bit. Here's the thing. I accessorized.
Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah.
But I didn't know who the fuck Rick Owens was when them shits came out. But I was like, these are so
The
fucking
shoe is crazy.
fly.
Do you
Woo!
still got these?
Yeah,
These are
absolutely.
classic right hair, bro.
Only wore them to the VMAs.
Travie, these go for a lot of money because the symbol on the side there was too close to the Nike swoosh. They had to
Yeah,
stop
because it was
making
like
them
it went like this and
Yeah.
up, like an L kind of. That was cool for the time.
It's crazy because, you know what? We want to talk about influence. I feel like when you talk about it, you know, this is a dope fit. But I feel like you also influence a lot of guys who thought they could wear like fedoras and vests like with jeans and like look like we have
It
to
was,
like
like,
blame
casual.
we have to blame you for like everything Cam Newton's done in the past like 5 years for like.
Hey.
But
Wait, for Cam? Chill, bro. You gotta think about it. Pushing it. Pushing it, bro.
That's
Yo,
not
Cam's been made.
but with that said,
Cam, bro.
with that said, it's a drip.
Okay, I'll take that.
Brendan Dunne.
I'm gonna call it a flip because, like I said, that's still a valuable sneaker to this day.
You're right. You're right.
And
So
you can
me
sell
Mars
and you
are
can
gonna-
sell the Louis
The
belt.
belt too.
Yeah,
the belt.
yeah, all of it.
You know, this is a drip for me. Last but not least,
man.
and outfits.
Oh shit.
You know,
That's
it's more
kind of recent. Shout out to Mark Cuban. Wow.
Is that Dave
Damn.
Griffin? Who's the guy next to Mark Cuban?
That's my old manager.
Okay, cool. He looks like Dave Griffin.
Oh shit! Stop. Oh shit. I feel like this is where I'm at right now. Like, honestly, everyday type shit.
Get the Tom Sachs?
The Tom Sachs. Yo, when those dropped, I was like, finally. This
Some
is
triggered
something
you.
that-
Some triggered you. I knew it.
Yo, I was like,
I knew
oh, what is this shit? I was like, I can roll them down.
Do
When
whatever I want.
they got the aluminum up,
Freak
you, know,
'em.
you can bend it to make it look all silly. And to me, that blew my mind. So I jumped on those real quick. That's probably one of the last sneakers I actually
It
paid
makes all
money
the
for.
like this whole hour allows me to know I could be a stylist.
Sorry for all the oversharing.
No, we appreciate it, man.
Drip, obviously, because this is kind of like where I'm at now. Like, I mean, where I've been, you know, as far as comfortability. Yeah,
I feel like it's more of a rip. Like you should have ripped the overshoe off and like brought out the sneaker underneath it.
no, never, because I've seen what they look like without the shit on. Have you seen them?
I saw.
I think they look better.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's where we got to differ, bro. But I will say this, like, I mean, they kind of had the same feel as like a duck boot. Like, I mean, they're kind of light. I was stepping on that extra shit a lot. You know what I'm
You're a
saying?
stepper.
Like, but I'm a stepper. I'm a hot stepper. Man.
Hey, feet tap. So, Welty, what does that mean?
Be honest, bro. You can hurt my feelings.
It's a
I love that you say you can hurt my
it's a
feelings.
skip. It's a skip.
Okay, Brendan.
I'm also calling it a skip. That's my least favorite Tom Sachs shoe.
This is like the
Your
Tom.
least favorite?
This is
Yeah.
the Tom Sachs guy. Have
I'm
you ever
not
met?
the Tom Sachs guy.
It was kind of bold, you know what I mean? It looked like a moon boot,
I
but
like
like,
the
what
other
the fuck
ones
is them
better.
boots Yeezy just put out? Like,
Has Kanye ever like reached out to you to talk style or anything? You and Kanye?
you know what? No, but I never. But I did play a game of Scrabble with him and Pete once.
Who won?
Pete Wentz, yeah. Who won?
Pete. I think Pete won. I'm an asshole. But I think the whole point of that happening, that Scrabble game at Kanye's house, I think Kanye wanted to pick Pete's brain. Because I don't think they really had hung that much, and they had knew each other or whatever. Pete only brought me around because I was the only one that got fucked up. So we get in this deep ass game of Scrabble, and Pete mopped all of us up, like literally mopped us all up. But Kanye takes that shit serious, like serious. Like
I can relate. I'm nice at Scrabble.
Really? I mean, here's the thing. Like you talking to a kid who literally like bought 4 notebooks and tried to copy the entire dictionary when I was 11. So you might get fucked up playing with me.
Let's do it.
I love that.
We'll set up a charity match.
A charity match? I'm with the shit. I'm with the shit.
That's dope. This is a drip because this is currently where you're at and understanding the whole aspect of who you are. Whereas, like, for me in designing, what I use is the triple C formula: comfort, colorway, cost. Whatever. Like, so.
Beautiful.
This makes sense to me.
Carroll City Cartel.
It's like
Miami,
Shout out to Miami.
Miami does it to you, bro.
Travie, before we get out of here for the day, we want to
boy.
breeze through the comments section and see what people have been saying about us on YouTube for the past week, which is always a fun time. We have one from Yinz Water saying, FS Army Amsterdam branch represent.
shout out Amsterdam.
So you
The Pata. My people in The Hague. No Shot S says, this is the inside the NBA of sneaker shows. Thank you for
Oh
bringing
shit,
us
who's Stephen A then?
joyous. I don't know.
Welty.
Silly times and giving us
see
something to look forward to every Thursday. The Golden Child said, these guys are goats for uploading a new episode on a holiday. Thankful.
Gang. I like that.
Shout out to Conceited.
I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm Matt Welty.
T. James, baby.
Travie McCoy. It's just been awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks,
And
dude.
man, like I don't want to leave, to be honest with you. I can do this shit.
You
all
warmed
day.
up. You warmed up. Now he's ready now.
Fired up.
We got lunch on the way.
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick.
FS Army, it's Dad here, Trinidad James. You know how much we love you, how much I love you. But if you really have true love for us, guys, this is season 11. This is 2021 going into 2022. We need you to subscribe and let people know we're back in studio. This is one of the best, if not the best, sneaker show in the entire world. You cannot find a show better than this show, so subscribe to it, goddammit.
And download the Soul Collector app while you're at it. You just buy the best sneakers on the internet for the best price.
Also, while we have you, drop us a comment. It's the least you could do.
The least.